Welcome to the Freedom Club Podcast, where we discover the fight for freedom, fulfillment, passion, and purpose. Your host is Kurt Mercadante, Gallup certified strengths coach, an agency founder who is dedicated to coaching individuals seeking to level up their life and their businesses. The Freedom Club is about unlocking your talents, turning them into strengths, and crushing your objectives. You can learn more at kurtmercadante.com. Welcome to the Freedom Club.
And welcome to the Freedom Club Podcast. I am your host, Kurt Mercadante. Happy Friday. Although, as you know, I never use terms like, thank God it's Friday, or, oh my gosh, it's Friday. Finally, it's here. You know why? Because if you spend your entire week just waiting to get to Friday, waiting to get the weekend, and then you spend your weekend dreading Monday mornings, then something's wrong. You're definitely lacking some freedom and fulfillment in your life, and you need to fix that. Now, the other day, I talked about someone who messaged me because I had done a video about drawing a clear picture of the perfect lifestyle that you desire for yourself. And this person sent me a message and said, you know, they could picture their perfect lifestyle, but they need a six-figure income and they just don't know how they can do it all. And what's the fine print? And it got me thinking, you know, there's an old saying, ignorance is bliss. And perhaps when it comes to living with an abundance mindset, perhaps it is true that ignorance is bliss. You know what? I was in my 20s and I quit my 9-to-5 because I wanted to start my own PR agency. I just went and did it. Maybe I was ignorant of the fact that I wasn't supposed to do it, that I didn't have enough experience. And you know what? When I decided I wanted to turn it into a six-figure agency, I did it. And then in my 30s, when I decided I wanted to 10x it and turn it into $1 million agency, I just went and I did it. You're not supposed to do that with a one-person agency, very low overhead. I just went and did it. And several years later, when I decided I was unfulfilled with that agency that was bringing in so much revenue, you're not supposed to do that. But I guess I was ignorant of that because I went and I shut it down. And then you know what? I started a coaching company from scratch. No coaching experience at all, official. Had never built a coaching business. And I said, well, in my first year, I'm going to turn it into a six-figure coaching business. You know what? Done. All along the way. I like to call it an abundance mindset, but maybe it's just ignorance. Ignorance of what I'm not supposed to be able to do. Ignorance of what I should be doing. And maybe what I like to call a scarcity mindset is just being too smart for your own good, too aware of all those false limits, of all those rules that society sets for us, that we've been taught by our parents, by our teachers, maybe by coaches, by bosses along the way, those things. You're not supposed to be able to do that. You're not supposed to quit your job, even if you're unfulfilled, because it's all about the dollars and cents. It's about your credit score. It's about how much money you have in the bank. So maybe it's better to be ignorant of all that and just decide, I'm going to do something. I don't care what anyone thinks. I don't care what I'm supposed to be able to do. Damn it, I'm just going to go and I'm going to do it. And yes, getting that kind of mindset, I prefer, because I'm an optimist, I prefer calling it abundance to an ignorance mindset. And yes, building it is easier said than done. Now, maybe I just have kind of an innate abundance mindset, but I work with people every single day as a coach who are working to cultivate that mindset. It takes some work. It takes unlearning things you've learned along the way, those limits I talked about earlier. It takes overcoming fear. It takes the realization that maybe what you've been doing for the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years isn't what you should be doing for the type of outcome that you want for your life. So maybe it is ignorance. I prefer the word abundance. But whatever it is, if you have the type of fear that is keeping you from even starting the fight to attain the lifestyle that you want, the desired outcome you want for your life, for your family's life, then you need to unlearn all of that. It's a scarcity mindset. It's keeping you back. And until you become ignorant of those limits, ignorant of those barriers that society might have put in our way, the barriers that have been created in your mind from birth until now, then you're never going to have an abundance mindset. And without an abundance mindset, you are not going to achieve the life you want to achieve. You are going to lose in the fight for freedom and fulfillment, because I've said it before and I will say it again. You don't just wake up and roll off the bed into a life of freedom and fulfillment. Damn it, you have to fight for it. And if you're ready to fight, I am ready to fight alongside of you. It is my mission in life. Go to my website, kurtmercadante.com, right now. Stop waiting, because whether you have 1 millisecond left in your life or 30 years left in your life, you deserve better than living 1 second more without freedom, without fulfillment, without a life of passion and, yes, purpose. So enjoy your Friday. And if you're already dreading Monday, that's the scarcity talking. You need some help. You need to start fighting, and you need to start it today. This is the Freedom Club podcast. I am your host, Kurt Mercadante. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.